Alright. Hi, hun. Oh, you finally made up your mind? Yeah, I'm all for going at them with all we got. Well, yeah, I kind of agree. These guys need to be stopped. This is an extreme situation. Listen, I'm in the middle of a delicate situation here. Good news is I found COO Johanna Seftis. Oh, dear. Bad news is she's about to jump off the North Bridge. I'll see what I can do. I've got an ace up my sleeve. Since you asked me to track her down, I asked Proxima for a backdoor to her rebel implants. I'm gonna try sending antidepressant subordinates to tame this kitty. That'd be a good idea. Quite the view, huh? Picked a beautiful place to end your life. Nice boat. All those little blue and yellow squares full of people who don't care about each other. A bunch of fools like us who won't stop fighting over the right... Ugh. Dictator. This guy. We should all disappear into thin air. Extreme? Need to get closer to keep her from jumping. Approaching her will increase attention. I should probably talk her down a bit before moving in. Gotta pay attention to her body language. If she's too anxious, putting some distance between us would definitely help. I could also hack her implants to calm her, but I shouldn't abuse this or I could fry her. Explain what's going on with the implants. Chill pulse, 100% loaded. Let's try some dialogue. You might asking me why you're deciding to end it all. I've lost my ways. I let everyone I care about lose their ways too. Supercontinent's out to change the world. Money wasn't the reward, but the means to an end. Now the objective's been twisted so many times, I can't remember when it was I stopped caring. Yeah, don't give up. Don't give up, explain that to them. It's no use. The new CEO is set on a very specific objective, Supercontinent. There's no redemption for them now. Shit, she's about to jump. Careful here. Maybe take a step back? Better back off. She looks a bit better. I should still be careful. North Bridge has always been good for getting some perspective. Inside the concrete maze, it's easy to lose yourself. The data streams notifications. You can barely see we're putting our feet anymore. Hell, I've dismissed 2 chats from my brain drive since we started talking. Yeah, that doesn't sound hypocritical to, oh, we shouldn't let people control us. But then being here, looking at that rock floating in the ocean, we just start walking the other way and leave the city behind us. It isn't that easy. You bet? There's too much of ourselves cemented in the foundation of the skyscrapers. But think about it. What would you lose? Money, power, responsibilities, identity? Weight of the fate of civilizations? Yeah, too. Nice. Almost stable now. Dialogue again. What's your name? I'm Brandy's. Why are you doing this? I feel like... Yeah, if I mention that, she'll just see herself as a means to an end, which is part of the problem. So I guess I go with the not at all, you know, modest, I'm a hero. Come on. I'm not kidding. But don't get me wrong here, I'm a hero for selfish motives. I just love to feel like I'm saving the world. To be cool, smoke cigarettes, and look out at the city thinking, just you wait, assholes, I'm gonna make it right for everyone. Never miss an opportunity to recreate my fantasy, so don't spoil this beautiful scene for me. You're insane, but you sure make it sound easy to be a hero. Good, looks like she's stable. I should move closer. Losing her a little now. Listen, are you with Proxima? I'm not part of their organization, but we collaborate quite often. Must think I've doomed this city, right? Bye, give yourself too much credit. I feel... Alright, if the city was doomed long ago, then it's pointless and there's nothing we can do, right? But she's giving herself too much credit. It's not her fault. Give yourself too much credit. There are countless factors all over the world working relentlessly as we speak to fuck up this planet. From my point of view, you have enough of a conscience to be jumping off the bridge out of guilt. I'm sure the sum of your actions Supercontinent can't add up to that much damage. The average money-making bastard. SPW. Oh, we're taking that down. Didn't I tell you? How? Come with us and you'll see. Yep, always go for the dog. Both sides of the railing scare me. One is the other end, but the other is even more terrifying. Stay on the railing, then. That was a metaphor, I know. Stay on the railing. Life's not binary. When you set foot on the ground, you don't need to go back to face some sort of redemption ordeal. Revolutionary. Have a hamburger, ride a bike, play a video game. Yes! It better not be become a revolution. I'm going to be annoyed. Have a hamburger, ride a bike, play a video game. There are plenty of things more important out there, even than our ridiculous war. Play a video game. God, it's been ages since I last logged into Steam. Hey! You should play more. Having fun. This is a great game by Devolver. Oh, we'll let those guys and all their work. It's called genital jousting. Having fun really puts everything else into perspective, and I'm being dead serious here. Never imagine I talk about Steam while pondering to kill myself, but you do have a point. Yeah, step forward. I've heard about a girl who died at our clinics. I woke up uneasy that morning already, but hearing of her demise is what made me flip. Did you know her? Yeah, her name was Arianda. She was a really good friend of mine. God, I'm sorry. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I don't think she had it coming. Yeah, that seems just kind of mean-spirited and won't help the situation. Died doing what she loved might make her feel a little bit better. She died doing what she loved. If not supercontinent, we just pick another threat. It's in our blood. Some people can't stop fighting. Or die in a heist than on a couch. What a way to burn through life, says the one standing on North Bridge railing. Step forward. Using our little now. Dialogue. How does someone end up being a COO? I mean, is it like that? Is that what you wanted when you were a kid? Not at all. I wanted to be a soldier. Really? I can't picture someone as compassionate as you killing people in the battlefield. Well, I wanted to be a secret agent saving the world in stealthy, non-legal ways. But I came to know what the actual armies were all about. I decided to take the fight to the office. Before joining Supercontinent, I ran my own humanitarian aid company. That's cool. What changed? What do you mean? Why'd you join the corporate game? As Supercontinent is different. What we've become today is just a corrupted version of our most sincere desire to heal society. But I guess I'm proud of most things we did for the city. You almost had me fooled when you fully dismantled the corrupt city police. I'm sorry. Have I been this blind? I feel like an idiot for buying into SPW. I wish I could just stop it all. We will, I promise. Yeah, step forward. Dialogue, obviously. Brandy's. I think I'm in love with you. Didn't see that one coming. I think I'm all messed up inside. Also, gay. Looking at the... Why do women keep going for the gay men? Looking at the waves, the rippling reflection of the city, I see myself in the tiny shadow on the bridge's mirrored image. I don't know who I am anymore. It doesn't make sense in my life. But then my chest is burning. I can't deny this feeling. If I'm gonna die, why should I deprive myself of one last confession of love? Love you, Brandy's. Come on, you know who I am. I feel like you're the first human I've had an honest talk with since I was a kid. What a lame existence. You worked in a humanitarian... It's just, yeah, no, don't jump, obviously. Yeah, no, come with me. Do you love me too? Not in a romantic way, but hell, why not? I love you. I know a lot of people you can have an honest conversation with every day. We're a loving family, the revolutionary lot. Why don't you give your life to us instead of the ocean? I feel like we're better hosts than those rocks and rocking neon waves. Well, that's good, isn't it? Didn't even need to blast her with an implant. Brandy's is coming back. He's bringing Joanna with him. He managed to get her on our side. That's our Brandy's. Yeah, so I fucked up meeting her best friend, but managed to save her, so... middle of the road. I keep getting 6 out of 10. Damn it. May I ask you why you threw Edgar out of the club? I didn't expect you to lose your cool like that. Let's say Dr. Coldstream is a valuable asset to your plan. I'm surprised you decided to kick him out instead of taking... Yeah, I am too. That was unprofessional of me. I guess I picked up from Brandy's. Sometimes the right choice isn't the best thing. May have made our lives harder, but heck if it didn't make me happier. No regrets. No anxiety levels rising at unprecedented rates, so I determined you made Edgar leave out of self-defense. But it's interesting to know how you've justified that to yourself. It's not playing it cool with you. What is about the neuron algorithm that makes you easy? It can affect me, even a non-implant wearer. Humanity is doomed. It's mostly this. Affect me, even a non-implant wearer. Like, I said I'm fine if Google, like, automatically tracks my search history and thinks, ah, this guy wants a fucking candy bar. Let's get him a goddamn candy bar. But it does that if I'm looking up candy bars. It's like, I have to be in the mood for it, okay? This is different. This is convincing me I want something that I may or may not want, and I'm not cool with that. It can affect me even a non-implant wearer. The many people who decided to, or have to face life without help with upgrades. Yeah, exactly. And again, I'm not even cool with it being in implant wearers. You're making them want things they might not want. But I'm super not cool with it in the non-implant wearers. Like, these guys deliberately chose not to get implants, and you're still having them affect them. That's not okay. Now we're going to be facing consequences without even having the benefit from it. It's not fair. Correct. I don't mean to discourage you, but the chances of you stopping all this are very low. So, in case I ever get to be in charge of M&A, would you mind answering some questions about where to draw the line? Yes, please. Not a bad idea. Some sort of backup to maintain a sliver of hope in the revolution in case we fail. Let's talk about primary. How should I regulate depression and anxiety? Don't let them be depressed for more than a month. This is tricky. Depression and anxiety. There's no good way of saying I think depression and anxiety are good, but I do think it's important for people to get over it on their own. Like, alright, and yeah, there's medication and such that you can take if it really is that bad, and there are plenty of people, I'm sure, who would, and in this universe, there are implants you can take that will, get rid of depression and anxiety. Haven't we looked at that? I think we saw that in the whole pottery bit. I don't know, I just don't think it should be regulated. I think it's an important human step for people to deal with it themselves. I think you grow better if you handle it yourself. And if handling it yourself means medication, that's fine. Personally, I never had depression. I had mild anxiety when I was in high school, enough that it was affecting how I worked, but I got over it myself. I never went on medication. And I think I'm better for that. I'm not saying I'm better than anyone else here. I mean, I'm better as a person that, instead of just a thing in my brain being like, he's too anxious, fucking calm him down. The fact that I learned how to deal with it and move on is better, I think. So, yeah, I'm gonna say don't regulate it. That's what I feel. You shouldn't regulate this sort of thing. Let us be depressed. Misery is part of being human. Let us need each other. Let us beg for help. Should I let people commit suicide? This is a tricky one. Because here I am, talking all about how it shouldn't be regulated and such. And then we come to this part, which is obviously the extreme. I believe suicide is never the answer. Alright? Ever. In any situation. And I don't know, I've never been put in a situation where it's like, if you push this button, people cannot commit suicide. It's like, in the strictest of terms, I'm taking away their free will. But does a line have to be drawn when it comes to free will? I don't know, this is very introspective, and I feel like no matter what I answer, it's not painting, the best light, Like, on the one hand, obviously there's a very nice benefit of preventing people from committing suicide. I know people who have been suicidal, and I personally have had to stop a few people from committing suicide, and they've looked at me and said, I need you to stop me from killing myself. It's dark as shit, and I hate being in that position, but I've done it. I've been there. And again, I think they became better people as a result of not committing suicide. But there are plenty of people who don't come back from that. They make the decision, and it just happens. And that's not a good thing. This is heavy. But to move on, I guess. I am fully aware I am robbing people of free will with this answer. But while I fully support allowing humans to be depressed and have anxiety so that they can overcome it and learn to live with it and better themselves as people, I do think that if you can, you should stop people from committing suicide. I don't know. Part of me wants to know how she would do that. Does she just destroy all those thoughts that would be like, suicide? Or does she actually, like, find a way to counsel them through it? Because one of those I would support. The other one is kind of sketchy. Faced with these two options, I guess I'll say no. Prevent them. Mania, depression, anxiety are things we should deal with ourselves. But if the M&A can keep people from killing themselves, that's a good threshold, I guess. Now about violence. Should I allow rape to... Jesus! God, you're putting me in a weird situation. This game got really heavy in this episode. Yeah, I fully support my decision to start drinking in the next episode. Should I allow rape to occur? See, unlike suicide, which is free will, you know, that's a person... Now, obviously, the family and friends of that person are going to hurt from the suicide. You're making them suffer. That's not good. You're not releasing yourself from anything. You're not helping anyone by committing suicide. That's the idea. It's a bad thing to do. People hurt more when you do it. People grieve for you. They mourn for you. They don't forget about you. You're not making the world a better place or any noble thing. Other people who care about you are going to suffer. But ultimately, the greatest one suffering is yourself. You are committing it to yourself. This is different. You are actively attacking another person here. Should I allow rape to occur? Again, it's... in the strictest terms, it's a matter of free will. But I am going to say a much easier no than the suicide one. No. Society been struggling for a long time. They've never been close to a solution. If the M&A happens to come into effect, at least let rape disappear from the process. Yeah, I feel like the game's doing a very nice job. This thing that's clearly not good, and it would probably, I think, ultimately dampen human construction anyways. We are setting boundaries here. It's like, yeah, you're letting people experience these emotions that are important, but you are stopping, the worst parts of society, i.e. rape. Shall I let people commit murder? Well, first of all, that gets into the whole what is war? Are soldiers committing murder when they fight in wars? That's a heavy question. Should I let people commit murder? Murder's bad. Part of me, I've always been an advocate of... For some reason in society, rape is sort of seen as the more terrible crime than murder, when murder seems like it should be, You're taking a person's life. You are robbing them of existence. Yet, a show like Dexter, the murderer with a heart of gold, can exist. That can't exist with rapists. There's no show that would ever be allowed to be produced if the plot of Dexter was he went around raping other rapists. That would not ever be approved, alright? There's no way that would be allowed on TV. Yet, he's a murderer who murders murderers. It's like, yeah, alright, we'll put that on the air. He's a complex figure. Should I let people commit murder? Assassins would be out of a gig, wouldn't they? I'm gonna stick to my guns on, crime on this one, and, the worst parts of society, and say, no, don't let people commit murder. No. I'm not into censoring any kind of behavior. Thank God, Donovan and I would hang out at this bar just for the conversations. And the alcohol would be nice, too. But if it can save lives, the M&A let the M&A release murder. Should I let hatred and xenophobia or homophobia exist? I personally think at that point that is free thought. See, up until now it's all been actions. And I'm not saying xenophobia and homophobia is good, but I still think it should be allowed to exist. It provides, arguments and counterpoints. Homophobia. Listen to the person who's homophobic, and then if they're just being a ridiculous evangelical, right-wing nutjob, then laugh at them. Throw exactly what they said that's so ridiculous back at them, and ignore them. They're idiots. If they have valid points, and I'm not saying they do, before anyone gets on my tits, if they have valid points and concerns, address those. Talk to these people. So, yes, that's free thought at that point. Wait. Yeah, okay, I still trust that I was like, wait, did I say yes, she should censor them? Or I trust that someday humanity will grow out of that. Well, that too. Should I let women remain oppressed? That's a much larger question than a yes or no, so let's have her expand on that. Oh, what the... Why did this get brought up? Oh. What's the matter? My analysis so far hasn't indicated you were that stupid. Thanks. I'm sorry. But I seriously believe that. Don't worry about it. Let's continue. Uh-huh. Wow! Thanks, Akara! I really just wanted to see where that was going. That's not my actual genuine belief. Women aren't oppressed. To soapbox that and save face here, since Akara thinks I'm stupid, being a bit hypocritical. I wanted you to elaborate, for God's sakes. Yes, there is a certain amount of oppression that is inherent in gender politics. That's all I'm going to say on it. The game won't let me go back, because all I wanted was an explanation, and that's all I'm going to say on it. Must point out you're being a bit hypocritical. Why do you say that? You're all against the M&A, but don't mind if particular issues concerning you. Maybe you're just against how they plan to use it. No, I said all that just in case we were failing to stop it from happening. But you could have told me not to affect people, and it would be as if you had succeeded. What is it that you want, then? It's pretty simple. We're trying to stop this, but if it succeeds, we might as well have some benefit out of it. Just do as I said if M&A becomes operational, alright? If I happen to get a hold of the mirror neuron algorithm, I'll do exactly as you suggest. Huh. I got the experience... I had to experience what I believe was a rush of happiness when you praised me in front of Edgar. Thank you very much, Donovan. Glad to hear it. Wonderful, Kara. I will say, regarding women and oppression, that comes from all directions. Men aren't the only ones oppressing women. There's plenty of women who oppress women. My go-to example is shoes. Guys don't give a flying rat's ass what women's shoes look like. No guy has ever been in a bar and been like, oh man, Dave, I was gonna take this girl home last night, but she had the ugliest shoes on. I couldn't do it. That has never been a conversation that has happened, alright? Shoes and other things like that is purely women oppressing other women. They're running shoe markets. They're like, ooh, you need to have the latest in style and fashion shoes. Alright, it's absurd to think men only oppress women. And I know that's not what the game was saying, alright? But that's where I'm going with it. Fuck, now I want to reload. I probably won't. I might play this game again. This is a very interesting game. But I wonder if I should... I might reload. Because, again, I just wanted her to elaborate on what she meant. I didn't know that was going to be my answer. If I had known that was going to be my answer, I wouldn't have picked it. So yeah, fuck you, I will reload. When we come back, we'll be at this spot, and I'll have alcohol. So thank you so much for watching. I've been Tokenlad. Talk to you later. Shouldn't go share. See you around, ass clowns.